Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurudeva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om and greetings from Richmond. Many Devis have the name Durga. Are there any Durgas in our study group right now? So no Durgas. And whenever we think of Durga, we think of power. The word Durga comes from two bases. Dur, like do, means difficult. And gam means to go, like gachati. So the one whom it is hard to make go away. In other words, Durga is the one who's invincible. You can't make Durga go away. And we should feel that. But we are more powerful than Durga because we've forgotten that we are Durga, no? And another meaning of Durga is Durgati Harini. Durgati means the wrong path. Harini is the one who takes away that wrong path, the one who puts us on the right path. So what is the wrong path? If we can reference Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna says, some follow the path of the moon. Some follow the path of the moon. In a more simplistic sense, this is called following the path of standard of living. Now why? Where does the moon get its light from? The sun, correct? The moon is dependent. Someone who lives for standard of living, more pleasure, that is vacations, more possessions, gadgets, more position to keep talking about themselves, that's following the path of the moon. One will always be dependent. Whereas, when that path is removed, when we deepen why we are living, we follow the path of the sun. The path of the sun is where the focus is not standard of living, it is standard of life, with a capital L. Life allows living. Living depends on life. Like the moon depends on the sun, like pleasure, possession, position only becomes worthwhile if there is peace. Now that we've celebrated Navaratri and Vijayadashami, has Durga Devi changed the path of our lives? Do you feel more like Durga Devi? If yes, then what a Vijayadashami this is. If not, keep enjoying your Garba. Keep enjoying your Golu. In the last verse of Guru Stotram that we had studied. The one who evolves from knowing of God to knowing God, such a personality is a guru. To evolve from knowing of God, it is theory. To knowing God, it is application. That person is a guru because that darkness has been removed, but this is not real. To them, God is the only reality. So naturally we study Guru Stotram, someone who knows Bhagwan, someone who knows Brahman. Only they can guide us to know the same. In Shloka 5, Bhagwan Shiva is teaching Mother Parvati that existence and consciousness are the same. Sat and Chit are the same. And for everyone in our Upadesha Sara course, this will come later in the text. Sri Ramana proves this. If you remove awareness from existence, if you remove Chit from Sat, what happens to Sat then? You become unaware of it, so you don't even know that existence is. I'm going to share that again. Guru Stotram is teaching us that existence and consciousness are the same. And I'm sharing here that if you remove awareness from existence, anything you're unaware of doesn't exist. And maybe that's too abstract. Let's go the other way. Existence and awareness are the same. If you remove existence from awareness, what happens to that Chit? It becomes non-existent, correct? That awareness has to exist. When we study Brahman, Sat, Chit, we think these are like qualities of Brahman. These are not qualities of Brahman. This is Brahman. Existence is awareness, awareness is existence, and this is always the same. It doesn't matter if an entity is conscious, unconscious, moving, unmoving. It is always the same. It doesn't matter about periods of time either, past, present, future. So this is all shared in verse 5. And in verse 6, Bhagwan Shiva teaches Mother Parvati about our scriptures. When we learn the rationale, this comes through the Brahma Sutras. Having appealed to the logical side of me, then I'm more open to studying the theory which comes through the Upanishads. And when the theory resonates with me more, I'm open to studying the experience which comes through Bhagavad Gita. This is how Vedanta is to be understood. This is how we are to find the infinite in ourselves through rationale, through theory, through experience. And when someone does, they're studying the subject that is Brahman, but then they start to feel that they are that subject. So all of this is described in verse 6 about the best part of Vedanta, that someone is like the sun to the flower of Vedanta. A lot of poetry. You all remember this, yes? Or do I have to keep on going back to verse 1 and 2 for 6 months? You're all saying yes. You're supposed to say no. I'm studying for myself. I'm going to proceed to verse 7 now. So please chant each quarter after me. Chaitanya Shashvata Shantaha
Chaitanya Shashvata Shantaha
Vyomatito Niranjanaha
Vyomatito Niranjanaha
Bindunadakalatitaha
Bindunada Kalatitaha
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
And we'll chant together after we study. So let's go into each word. Chaitanyaha means chit, awareness. I've been describing all of that. So we get that, but now there's a lot of other words which we read about, which we chant in Vishnu Sahasranama. But what does it actually mean? How does it become meaningful to me? So we start with, what is this awareness like? Shashwataha. What does Shashwataha mean? That which is ancient and fresh. Shashwataha, that which is old and new. What we should remember, that which is applicable. Brahman in the year 500 and Brahman in the year 2500 is ancient but fresh. It's still the same. Shashvata. Shantaha. So now you're going to tell me peace, right? When do you feel most peaceful? We feel most peaceful when there's no change. When everything is changing, we become overwhelmed. When matters don't change, there's peace. So Shantaha is that which is unchanging. Vyoma Tita. Atita means to go beyond. Beyond what? Vyoma. Vyoma is space. If you hear space, you have to think of air, fire, water, earth. So Vyoma is symbolic for creation. And what's being described here is that which is beyond creation is, you're going to say the creator now, isn't it? But it's not the creator either. Because if creation is not there, who else is not there? The creator is not there either. If waves aren't there, that also means the ocean is not there. So Vyoma Tita is not indicating creation or the creator, but is indicating, again, the infinite, consciousness. So what is awareness? Awareness is fresh. What is awareness? That which is unchanging. What is awareness? Beyond creation and the creator. What is awareness? Niranjanaha. Niranjana. Anjana means clean. Niranjana means pure. Cleanliness is measured externally. Purity is measured internally. What is the dirtiest part of who we are? In between our teeth, our nails, our mind. What's the origin of all of the impurities of ours? Vasanas. Too many commentators describe vasanas as fragrance. I describe it as odor, stink. So it's this stink, but niranjana, that's fragrance. The fragrance of awareness, of joy. So this whole first line is describing Chaitanya, but in so many ways. Because Bhagavan Shiva doesn't want Mother Parvati to be lost in theory. He wants her to feel this. What does pratyaksha mean? You've heard this? Pratyaksha means experienced. But if you open this up more, it means prati aksha. Aksha means eyes. Prati means in front of my eyes. Pratyaksha, someone who lives by pratyaksha only lives by sight. If they see it, they believe it. If they don't see it, they don't believe it. Almost like Indians with skin cancer. Correct? We don't see UV rays, so we don't think we're going to get skin cancer, correct? Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not real. Those who live only by their senses are known as pashus. Pashu means animal, no? Because animals live by pashyati. They literally only live by their instinct. So now you may be thinking, why are you talking about pratyaksha? Why are you talking about pashu? Because we keep chanting Guru Stotram. We keep chanting this verse, but it doesn't mean anything to us. We're only using our eyes, no? And even if we go deeper, we just get Chaitanya, and that's like the key to the verse. Chaitanya, okay, then I know Shashvata, Shantaha, etc. But what does this all mean? How is it all connected? This is being shown in this first line. And now the second line is quite abstract. So I'm not going to give too much time to this. Bindu, in our class we have himabindus, we have bindus. Bindu means a particle, it means a drop, it means a focal point, like a bindi. So many of you are wearing bindis. Nada means sound. Like Ravana's son's name is Megha Nada. The one who, when he moves, when he speaks, it sounds like thunder. And Kala also means sound, music. Atita means the one who's beyond all of this. In some scriptures, what is shared, Nada is a source of creation. Sound is how creation begins and is projected. For those in the Upadesha Sara course, I had referenced this. Para or Paravani becomes Pashyanti, becomes Madhyama, becomes Vaikari. You all remember that, correct? And I'm not going to, go into this too deeply, but the point is that Paravani, from the sound of the infinite, this then goes through our chakras. We have essentially six points in who we are. So the sound triggers our chakras to wake up. You know, people describe that serpent that's coiled that starts to raise its hood. So that's what's being shared. And as this happens, Kala, there's more and more music, there's more and more energy, there's more and more vibration that is felt. But the key word here is Atita. Brahman is beyond all of that. Beyond any sound, beyond any psychological structure, beyond any sight. And so I don't lose you. How many creation theories are shared in our Upanishads? How many creation theories? 64. There are 64 creation theories in our Upanishads. And this is another creation theory that is being shared. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, the one who can navigate these creation theories for us based on our maturity. Based on how mature you are, that particular creation theory is given. When Vyasa's 2 years old and he says, where do babies come from? We're going to say babies come from the churning of the Milky Ocean. We're not going to say a stork dropped some baby. He came from the Milky Ocean. But as he gets older, then we're going to share more and more details about where do babies come from, the philosophy of babies, etc. And Sheila and I will be able to do that because we have some knowledge about how this happens. You know, the philosophy, the physicality of all of this. So the same goes with creation theory. And the highest creation theory is there is no creation. There is no creator. There is only Brahman, who is being. Being, whether we know it or not. So all of this is shared in verse 7. So now let's chant again with some reference. Together. Chaitanya Shashwata Shantaha Vyomadito Niranjanaha Bindunada Kalatitaha
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Next, please repeat each quarter. Jnana Shakti Samarudaha
Jnana Shakti Samarudaha
Tattvamala Vibhushitaha
Tattvamala Vibhushitaha
Bhukti Mukti Pradata Cha
Bhukti Mukti Pradata Cha
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Jnana is Shakti. Knowledge is power. If you know what stocks are going to go up or down, when you have that knowledge, that is power to invest or to sell, correct? When you have knowledge about where a police officer is while you're driving, you have the power to slow down, correct? That's why everyone uses Waze now, because they show you where those police officers are. Knowledge is power. Samarudaha. Arudaha means someone who is mounted, someone who is on top, and is Samarudaha, in control fully. Brahman, Bhagwan, has jnana as her Shakti, is fully in control, can direct that knowledge. That's why we say Bhagwan is Maya Pati. Knows Maya, is not subject to Maya. As long as I don't know Maya, I am subject to that confusion. Jnana Shakti Samarudaha. Tattva. Tattva can mean the truth. Tattva can also mean the elements. Mala. That someone is having this necklace of truth, necklace of the elements. Vibhushitaha. And they're wearing it. They're beautiful. Having this garland of truth. Put simply, when someone knows the truth, that someone knows Ananda. And those who are joyous are most beautiful, no? That we're drawn to those who are independently happy. Recently, someone was asking me about a family member who's essentially suffering from dementia. And what is their relationship with enlightenment? And I tried to describe that the brain is like a radio. The mind is like a radio wave. Someone who's suffering from dementia, the radio or the brain is not functioning optimally. So the radio wave may be fine, it may be clear, but if the radio can't pull it, can't interpret it optimally, how it's going to be expressed is also not going to be accurate, correct? Everyone has caught that? I continue to share that. Sat, or existence, is often associated with tamas. Even someone who's lazy in their thinking can still appreciate sat, this table, my coat, the television. Chit is associated with rajas. In other words, a lazy person in thinking cannot appreciate awareness, but an aggressive thinker can. It's my dream, my ambition. It's awareness. And ananda, or joy, is connected to sattva. It's much rarer for someone to appreciate joy. They have to be quiet in mind. So here when we talk about tattvamala vibhushitaha, it's not someone who just can appreciate existence and awareness, but the full tattva, the full garland, which includes that ananda, which is why they're so lovely. Bhukti means us. Mukti, what we want to be. Bhukti is pleasure, mukti is peace. Pradata cha, the one who can give. In creation, you can have pleasure, yes? It's available to us. What about mukti? In creation, can there be mukti also? Can there also be freedom? There can be. Is it available to us? Yeah. Just now I was sharing with a Devi, when it comes to our Upanishads, when it comes to the Yoga Sutras, it is available to all, but not accessible to all. This knowledge is available to all, but how many people can access it? Access it means internalize it. That's up to us. So in this quarter, God can give us whatever we want. God will reciprocate whatever we want. If that's bhukti, pleasure, or mukti, peace, which is the better investment? You have to put in as much effort for bhukti as you do for mukti, but which return is going to be greater? Which return is going to be deeper? That's the point. Why would I ask Bhagwan, why would I ask the Guru Shishya Parampara for anything but sadhana? Give me the truth. And that's what Nachiketa shared with Lord Yama. He says you keep your song and dance to yourself. You keep your bhukti to yourself. And even if you give me bhukti, you also will die. This little boy is telling the Lord of Death, even you will go away. How much insight he has. And it's true. From Bhagwan Vishnu's navel comes Lord Brahma and the rest of his crew, which includes the Lord of Death. But the truth, that is beyond Yama, Brahma is infinite. What are you investing in? In one of the Raws I had asked you, where is your time and thoughts going? Tell me who your 7 bosses are. Yes? Who am I to say that I'm living for mukti when I don't give any time to study groups, to serving? Then I keep chanting bhukti, mukti, pradata cha, but I should just say bhukti, bhukti. Pradata cha. Just like Deepavali, we say Shubha and Labha. Just be honest and just write Labha and Labha. No need to be deceitful to ourselves or to anyone. Just write it. At least people will appreciate our honesty, no? I was speaking to one of our devas who works in a Fortune 10 corporation. And every year, the executives and managers talk about work-life balance. And every year, they make them work more. All of the people in that corporation. And so one day he happened to have a conversation with his superior, the manager, the executive, and said, why do you even tell us that work-life balance is possible? Just don't even tell us. At least we won't have that expectation then. We won't be disappointed. That's true, right? So much honesty. Don't even tell me. At least I won't trick myself then. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We love our Guru Shishya Parampara because they love us more than we love ourselves. They know us more than we know ourselves. They know what is better for us than even we do. We keep living for bhukti, but our Guru Shishya Parampara gives up their own health to make us healthier, gives up their own home for the welfare of our home, gives up their honor to help us focus on honor. And when our health and home and honor, when all of that is in place and we still feel incomplete, that's when the Guru smiles the most, saying, now, enough with bhakti. Now let us work on mukti. And then in a short period of time, and I hate using the word time when it comes to these subjective matters, but just to feel that enlightenment is so close. Even that, I hate saying that word, but I hope you can appreciate. Enlightenment is more real than bondage. Narayana.